Rain lashed against the platform, wind howled, lightning split the sky, momentarily illuminating a rickety train. I shivered, clutching my ticket. This was my only way home. The train's windows were dark, like empty eyes. I hesitated, fear gripping me, but the storm showed no mercy. I boarded, seeking refuge in the dimly lit carriage. The train car was nearly empty. Dust motes danced in the pale light, swirling around worn velvet seats. A musty smell hung in the air, heavy and ancient. The train lurched forward, its wheels groaning against the tracks. The storm raged outside, a relentless assault on the windows. Each gust of wind seemed to shake the very foundation of the train. The train rattled onward. Time blurred. The storm continued its furious symphony. Suddenly the lights flickered, shadows danced, then darkness. A collective gasp filled the carriage. Whispers, hushed and nervous, broke the silence. The train lurched again, this time more violently. It shuddered to a halt. Silence descended, heavy and oppressive. I sat very still, fear twisting in my gut. Then a sound. A soft whisper carried on the wind. It seemed to come from the empty seat beside me. I turned my head slowly, my heart pounding in my chest. The seat was empty, but the whispering continued, faint and indistinct. It seemed to be all around me now. Section 5. A face in the window. The train remained still. Minutes ticked by, each one an eternity. Then a flash of lightning illuminated the window across from me. A face appeared, pressed against the glass. The face was white and gaunt, with hollow eyes. Its lips were pulled back in a silent scream. I recoiled in terror, my breath catching in my throat. The face vanished as quickly as it had appeared. Section 6. Panic grips the passengers. The lights flickered back on. The train lurched into motion. Screams erupted throughout the carriage. Panic seized the passengers. They surged to their feet, desperate to escape. The train rattled violently. It seemed to be accelerating, careening through the storm with reckless abandon. The whispers grew louder now, swirling around me like a vortex of fear. Section 7. A desperate escape. I knew I had to get off the train. I pushed my way through the panicked crowd, my lungs burning. I reached the door and fumbled with the latch. It wouldn't budge. Hands grabbed at me, pulling me back. I kicked and screamed, my mind consumed by terror. With a final desperate heave, I wrenched the door open and stumbled out into the storm. Section 8. The vanishing train. Rain lashed at me, blinding me. I didn't care. I ran, my feet slipping on the muddy ground. I didn't look back. I didn't dare. After what felt like an eternity, I collapsed, gasping for breath. The storm raged on, but the train was gone. Vanished, as if it had never been. Section 9. A night of terror. I spent the rest of the night huddled under a meagre shelter, shivering and alone. The storm finally subsided as dawn approached, painting the sky in hues of grey and lavender. Exhausted and terrified, I made my way to the nearest town. I told my story, but no one believed me. They dismissed it as a nightmare, a figment of my storm-addled mind. Section 10. The mystery endures. But I knew what I had seen, the ghostly face, the whispers, the sheer terror that gripped the train. It was all too real. I never found an explanation for what happened that night. The train, they said, had never reached its destination. It was never found. The mystery of its disappearance, like the memory of that harrowing night, continues to haunt me to this day.